You were born to people who never expected more than survival. Your father's hands were always rough, always carrying the smell of earth, iron, or old wood. He woke before light and returned after it faded. Your mother learned how to stretch meals, how to make silence feel like rest instead of worry. They did not speak of dreams. They spoke of weather, of debts, of whether the grain would last until spring. You were not poor in a dramatic way. You were poor in the quiet way that never surprises anyone. War was a word adults said carefully, like a sickness that might hear its own name. Sometimes soldiers passed through. You watched them from doorways, counting their boots, trying to guess which of them would never walk back. Your parents taught you how to obey before they taught you how to hope. When your father died, there was no ceremony worth remembering. A fever, a shallow grave, more work left unfinished. Your mother aged quickly after that, as if grief were heavier than hunger. You learned early that people disappear, and life does not pause for it. Then, the roads changed. War stopped being a story from elsewhere. It arrived slowly, like rot. Taxes rose, food vanished, young men were taken, older ones were ignored. You were ignored long enough to be useful. You did not choose to become a messenger. You were chosen because you were small, quick, and unimportant, because no one would miss you if you failed. They put a letter in your hands and told you to carry it across lands already breaking apart. You were told not to read it. You were told not to stop. That is how your life became movement. Now your days begin before dawn. The cold reaches you first, before thought does. Your feet ache constantly. Blisters open, dry, reopen. Pain becomes background noise. You learn which parts of your body can be ignored and which cannot. Forests press close, swallowing sound. Every snapped branch makes your breath catch. You imagine arrows. You imagine knives. You imagine hands grabbing you from behind. Fear becomes a companion you walk beside, step after step. You do not feel brave. You feel alert. Villages treat you like a question they do not want to answer. Doors close. Eyes follow you. A lone traveler in wartime is either dangerous or doomed. Sometimes they give you water. Sometimes they demand coin you do not have. Sometimes they tell you to leave before nightfall, as if darkness belongs to them alone. You sleep badly, in barns, in ditches, in abandoned chapels where saints stare down at you like witnesses. Sleep never lasts. You wake often, heart racing, certain someone is standing close. Soldiers stop you. They search you roughly. They accuse you of spying. They laugh when you deny it. You learn that truth matters less than mood. Your life can end because someone is bored, drunk, or afraid. You make yourself small. You speak softly. You never argue. Survival depends on seeming useless. Hunger follows you everywhere. It makes the road stretch longer. It makes your thoughts slow and dark. You chew roots. You drink bad water. Your stomach learns to accept pain as normal. You pass bodies. Some lie in the open, half-eaten by birds. Some are piled near roads as warnings. You do not stop. You do not look closely. Looking invites recognition, and recognition invites fear. Rain ruins your clothes. Cold settles into your bones and stays there. Your hands shake even when you are not afraid. The message stays dry because you wrap it against your chest, closer than anything else you own. Sometimes, walking alone, memories come uninvited. You remember your mother's voice calling you in at night. You wonder if she still lives. You wonder if soldiers came for her food, her space, her breath. There is no way back. Even if there were, you would not be allowed to take it. You are not traveling toward a future. You are only moving away from death, one step at a time. When you arrive, it is always the same. A gate, guards, suspicion. You are searched again. The letter is taken from you as if it were the only thing that mattered, which it is. You wait. You stand. You are ignored while decisions are made that will burn towns you will never see. No one thanks you. Sometimes they hand you another letter immediately. Sometimes they dismiss you with a wave. Sometimes they tell you to leave before nightfall, even though the road is worse after dark. You are never invited inside. You begin to understand your place in the war. You do not swing swords. You do not wear armor. You do not earn songs or graves with names. If the message arrives, the plan succeeds. If it does not, the plan changes. Either way, you are replaceable. The road does not care who walks it. Lords do not remember faces like yours. History does not record footsteps. One day, you realize something, quietly, without panic. If you die out here, cut down, starved, forgotten, no one will know where or why. The letter will be lost. Another will be written. Another body will be sent. And the war will continue without pause. As you walk, you stop thinking of yourself as a person. You are a pair of legs, a sealed page, a shadow moving between places that matter. At night, when fear presses hardest, you imagine what it would be like to be remembered. The thought feels strange, heavy, unreal. You understand now. You were never meant to be known. You are the space between decisions, the silence between commands, the breath taken and released without notice. When you vanish, the road will not mourn you. It will simply wait for the next messenger to pass through.